Concerning news for parents of children at Jackson Middle School, which was evacuated Wednesday due to what police say was a bomb threat. According to school officials, the evacuation took place on the advice of law enforcement. The evacuation happened before 2 p.m. In addition to Jackson Middle School, nearby Champlin Brooklyn Park Academy was also evacuated. According to school officials, someone left a voicemail at Jackson Middle with a threat of a bomb. Parents were able to pick up their children at Champlin Park High School right across the street. We spoke with one woman who works at the elementary school and has a child who attends there.
They got everything under control. I was texting coworkers too, and they said that everybody's okay. It looked like it was very organized with them all coming out. Okay. So, yeah. But all the students are safe, so that's all that matters.
Anoka-Hennepin School District officials say that the evacuation procedures are part of the emergency plan the school practices and staff and students are aware of. The investigation into the threat continues. Police drones can soon take flight in Robbinsdale. The City Council heard plans to create a police drone program this week. Police can use the drones in life-saving missions, warrant searches, or natural disasters. State law says drones cannot be used for random surveillance, but some residents and elected leaders are worried about privacy issues with the program.
I'm concerned about warrantless use. Public safety is clearly an issue, but I think that there are other ways to accomplish that are more in line with making sure that people have a very positive relationship with police in the city of Robbinsdale, that they're seen instead of being sort of flying overhead.
I think the community is aware that it could be beneficial, but I think the pushback is about privacy, about the overuse and misuse.
City Manager Tim Sandvik says the program is in line with state and federal law, but can be updated if needed. A new city council member who was partially chosen by the flip of a coin was sworn in this week. Taji Anasirasan took the oath of office on Tuesday. He will represent Section 1 in Southern Crystal, replacing Nancy LaRoche, who moved out of the district. He was one of the 11 initial applicants, and the city council was evenly split over him and another candidate. So a coin flip was the tiebreaker. It's been nearly a year since the newly renovated Plymouth Community Center opened its doors to the public. And so far, the city's $50 million investment in the building is starting to pay off. As Delane Cleveland reports, city officials are hopeful that a number of amenities at the community center will draw even more people to Plymouth.
On a dreary day, there's no better place to take your kids than an indoor playground.
We love the Plymouth Community Center because there's a ton to do. They have the dome, they have the cube.
The cube, also known as the Kids' Ultimate Backyard Experience, is one of the main reasons why Casey Miller frequently makes the drive from Albertville with her kids.
We have pretty active boys, and it's a good space for us to come in the winter when it's cold and it's clean, and we can pack a lunch and meet our friends and have a good play date.
Miller is one of the 366,000 visitors to the Plymouth Community Center in 2022, which is an achievement for the venue considering that the event and education wing didn't open until July.
It's very exciting to see the community use our space.
Jess Riley is the manager of the building, and she says the previous facility didn't have enough space for things like recreation and corporate events, but that's all changed.
So this is the seater room, so it's a tiered style seating, and we've used it for small meetings.
Now they have upgraded meeting rooms to attract business clientele, a larger outdoor deck space where people can gather and enjoy the views of the Millennium Garden, and a renovated ballroom to attract weddings and other events.
Already for 2023, we have 70 ballroom events throughout the whole year. We had 700 birthday parties.
The goal is to meet the needs of a growing city and give people who don't live here another reason to come to Plymouth.
It's a place you want to be and hang out with your kids. Yeah, we love it.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
In Robbinsdale, part education lesson, part city council vote. The city council approved a special permit to allow a homeowner to care for 4 Magpie ducks, a breed that's considered to make good pets. The city allows residents to keep 2 ducks without a permit. City council member Regan Murphy recused himself from the vote because it was his son, Cormac, who applied for the permit. A new children's book celebrates different backgrounds by taking the reader around the dinner table. Rusty Ray explains why the author wants more stories like this for readers like her.
When I saw it, I was crying on the inside because it was so powerful and it just brought this whole new dimension to the story.
The pages of Shannon Gibney's newest book, Sam and the Incredible African and American Food Fight, are full of vibrant scenes from around a more typical than you might think dinner table.
There's just not many stories where you see families like that represented. And that was really like the impetus for the story was I wanted to write something for my son so that he could really see our family also represented in literature.
On Monday, Sam was hungry.
Sam is the kid in the book, and Boise is Gibney's son. Both are the children of African American and Liberian parents. The incredible food fight happens every night in his house as different relatives want different foods for dinner.
It's not like he doesn't like Liberian food or he doesn't like the spaghetti and the pizza and the tacos, standard American dishes that his mom is making. He likes both of them, but there's just not enough room in his stomach.
So your siblings, so who am I making it out to?
At a book launch event this week at North Hennepin Community College, Gibney signed books.
Mom makes flour, sugar, yeast, and salt for a homemade pizza crust.
And shared her story through Sam's.
Kids having to navigate their parents' backgrounds and parents kind of having to make some compromises and find new ways to sort of combine their cultures.
We can figure things out in our families. It's not going to be all sort of tiptoeing through the tulips and sing kumbaya and everybody's happy all the time. We know that families aren't like that.
With Sam and his story spreading the word of acceptance and branching out to families everywhere. Rusty Ray, CCX News.
The book will be available in stores starting on April 26th.
The Benilde-St. Margaret's boys lacrosse team went undefeated on the way to a state title last spring. They look for their second win of this season Tuesday. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
Defending state boys lacrosse champion Benilde-St. Margaret's hosting Orono. It's the Spartans starting strong. Carson Lewis cuts across the middle and buries the shot for an early 1-0 lead for Orono. Down 2-0, Benilde gets one as Gus Bell gets it down low to Dylan Parker, whips the turnaround shot in. It's 2-1 Orono after 1. Spartans goalie Caden Barnes plays a great first half, making several big saves to keep the Red Knights off the board. Charles Cordes takes the pass and goes high with the left-handed shot. Orono looking to shock Benilde leads 3-1 at halftime. But it's all Benilde from there. Quick passing and Bell rips the long shot home just over a minute into the third quarter and it's 3-2. Bell fires another good shot that's saved, but Robbie Hoyt with quick hands puts the rebound in. He's fired up and it's 3-3. After Bell puts BSM in front, it's Hoyt's turn to score again as he whips the shot home for a 5-3 Red Knights lead. Dylan Popane looks out front to Parker for the redirect goal. Benilde dominates the second half. They win 13-3. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Wayzata girls lacrosse team came up just short of a state tournament appearance last spring, losing in overtime in the Section 5 final. The 2023 Trojans got off to a good start Tuesday night.
Wayzata girls lacrosse at home for their season opener as they take on non-conference opponent Shakopee. First half, the Trojans' Caitlin Sikorsky with a nice move, splitting the defenders, goes in, shoots and scores. Wayzata goes ahead 2-1. Risa Bumgardner looks left, then spins right. She goes high with her shot into the back of the Sabres net. It's 3-1 Wayzata. Just 13 seconds later, Sikorsky with a long run from midfield all the way to the net where the senior scores again. The Trojans are up 4-1. Shyla Sanders from behind the Shakopee net finds Kenzie Derula alone in front. Derula's goal makes it 6-1. After Shakopee gets a couple of goals, Wayzata closes the half with another score. Evie Marks with a goal, and it's 7-3 Wayzata at halftime. Early second half, good passing here by the Trojans. Bumgardner to Marks, and then over to Sanders for the shot and goal. Wayzata goes on to win big, 15-5 the final. Trojans play their late conference opener Thursday at Buffalo.
In softball, the Osseo girls got 2 games in at home under the lights early this week as the Orioles were looking for their first win of the season.
Osseo on their home turf to take on the Woodbury Royals. Bottom of the first inning, the Orioles' Megan Wachholt hits the ball on the ground. The Royals get the out at first base, but Natalie Molnau scores. Osseo adds another run on an error to lead 2-0 after 1. Top of the second, Woodbury's Izzy Zebro drives one to the corner in right field. Lily Zamorano scores on Zebro's triple. It's part of a 3-run inning for the Royals, and they go ahead 3-2. Then in the third inning, Nadia Poitra singles to center field. Zamorano scores again, and Woodbury's lead grows to 6-2. Fifth inning, Paige Gritzmacher rips one to the fence in right center field. Zebro and Arlene Tierney scores, and Woodbury's up 12-2. The Orioles are within and out of losing on the 10-run rule in 5 when Tessa Strand drives a ball to deep left center field. Anna Azure scores all the way from first base, and it's 12-3. Still in the fifth, Dobler with a base hit to center field. Molnau is in with the Orioles' 5th run of the game. It's 12-5 after 5. Bottom 6, and the Orioles score 4 more times. Strand singles home 2 here, but the rally comes up short. Osseo falls to Woodbury, 12-9 Royals the final. In Osseo, John Jacobson, CCX Sports. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.